Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. So right now I am using this nice microphone because there's a lot of sound happening around. And I do notice that using this microphone can help things not sound quite so loud. Um, there is the landscapers are here, and my fan and my heater are on because it is quite cold in this room right now. It is only about 13 or 14 degrees Celsius. So I kind of wanted to warm up the room a little bit before I start practicing. I will have to turn off the heater and the fan because both of them are right under one of my flute microphones. So, but for now, I thought that I would spend the first few minutes or so of the stream talking to you guys with this particular microphone. I still think that this microphone sounds better than the lapel, but the lapel just makes it so much easier to sort of like navigate, you know, practicing and talking and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of just so you guys know why we're back to using this microphone. I actually use this microphone to teach my lessons. So, but yeah, well, I I uploaded the edited review from Tuesday. So this is the review of my Nagahara Mini. So that is available for channel members for 24-hour early access. And then for everyone else, you guys will see it tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific. So that is going to be super, super fun. Let me just make sure that I did actually schedule it for the correct time. I believe I did, though. Yes, I did schedule it for the correct time. So you guys have that to look forward to. It is almost 25 minutes long, but it's a great time. So probably much easier to like watch in one go than a 3-hour stream. Uh, so this particular edited review will have all of the important parts of the review. So yeah, I did include some chat questions that were relevant to the review. I thought that was really cool because that's definitely something that I am not able to do as like a pre-recorded review. So I thought that was particularly interesting when I was editing it. But yeah, it's up, it's ready to go. This afternoon I will put up I'll schedule the social media posts for all the big like public publishing. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I also one of my students canceled this afternoon, so I decided to take this morning pretty easy. Made myself a French press latte, which I have not done in a very long time. So if I am a little bit jittery, it's because of that. I had a full caffeinated coffee just now. But yeah, I figured that I don't make myself coffee in the mornings very often, so I figured that I can, treat myself with a little caffeinated coffee. I mostly drink decaf coffee. The Trader Joe's decaf whole bean coffee, French roast, is surprisingly delicious. Usually when I go to, coffee shops and I order a latte or something like that, the beans taste like very watery. And it tastes, it's not good. It's either burnt or watery or both. But yeah, just so you guys know, if you guys happen to live in the States and you have a Trader Joe's near you, the decaf French roast whole bean coffee, the like Trader Joe's labeled one, is fantastic. So I think that's it for, in terms of getting a feel of where I am, so you guys know what I'm up to coming into this stream, where my headspace is, and updates. So I think we're all done with housekeeping stuff. So now I get to say hi to everyone. So hello, Shane and Diana, Pauline, Copano, Blue Moon, Vlad, Midnight Moth, hello, Jody, team, hello, Beth, let's see, and Ruth, hello, and Victor, hello. Cheers. With the water. Actually, this one is actually water too this time, because I finished my coffee before we got started. So, okay, I said hello to everyone. Let's see if anyone has any like news for us or anything. So Shane, currently practicing your flute, also Irish flute. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that is so fantastic. Let's see. Wow, you watched my Why I Suck at Rhythm Games video. Thank you for saying that it was funny. I don't really know how many views, like that video didn't get a lot of views when it was first published, because I just don't think that the bulk of my viewership really cares. Let me see how many views it has now. I haven't checked. Yeah, it's not even 4,000 views. So, certainly, like, I realize that my viewership doesn't really care about anything that I do besides, or the bulk of my viewership, that is, doesn't really care about anything that I do besides my reviews. And I was thinking about that for a while, like, how do you balance what I'm interested in, sharing what I'm interested in, versus what is actually popular. And I think recently I have kind of come to the conclusion that I actually really love doing reviews. Like, why wouldn't I just do more reviews? That gets more views. I'm happy. Viewership is happy. And then every now and then I can drop in a video like that I know won't do as well. But, for those of you who are here just for me, you guys get a little treat. So, I've decided that that's kind of the direction I want to go in, because I feel like it's kind of a win-win-win situation all around. I will feel fulfilled because I won't just be doing reviews. Every now and then I can share something that's a little bit more personal to me. For those of you guys who care about me, you guys get that personal touch every now and then. But then the bulk of my viewership is also happy because I'm doing more reviews. So it's interesting because I think me doing reviews is something that took a long time for me to even realize that is one of my strengths. I just did it because it was fun. I didn't actually really think of it as one of my strengths for a really long time. So, so Deanna, you said, you're noticing I've been busy today because I uploaded the video. I'm going to be completely real with you guys. I published the video this morning to the channel members from bed. I was laying in bed. I did it on my phone. Because this morning was one of those mornings where I had an okay night of sleep, but John didn't. And I know that I feel at least that he feels more supported when I'm there when he wakes up, rather than me not being there when he wakes up. So, it's a couples thing. There's a wonderful sense of comfort when you wake up and the first thing you see is the person you're in love with, So, so I did it from bed. So I wasn't actually really that busy this morning. It was only two things. I only had to publish my video to channel members and then put up the little community post for channel members. But yeah, so let's see. Vlad, you're excited to see your flute teacher tomorrow. Fantastic. You haven't seen her in a month since your accident. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, you healing well? Gonna bombard her with questions and sound, hopefully. That sounds fun. Oswaldo, welcome to the stream. Quick question. How do you know when you're ready for a B-foot joint? The B-foot joint doesn't really do anything to how, it doesn't really do anything to your level of playing. So it's really just that it's heavier and you can play one extra note down at the bottom. That's it. That's all it does. It doesn't do anything to your sound. So there are absolutely like student model silver plated flutes that go down to low B these days. So it really is just up to your preference. Do you like the weight of it? Do you like being able to play a low B? That's it. I will say that in general, you will notice that intermediate and higher level flutes all have low Bs because of the demand for low B. So in reality, will you actually play the low B very often? No, you won't. I did not actually start having to need to play the low B until I want to say 1 or 2 years into music school. So, and by the time you're in music school, you are playing professional level music. So yeah, I didn't even need it until then. So I kind of had to have a bit of a Franken flute in order to do so, because at the time I was on a Mateki solid silver closed hole C-foot joint flute, which these days is very rare to find. It is a professional flute, but in the time that it was made, there was actually not so much of a demand for open hole B-foot joint. So I had to borrow a friend's B-foot, which was too wide actually for my flute. So I had to put Scotch tape on the tenon, the bottom tenon of the body of my flute, so that his foot joint would stay on my flute. So I had to do that for a little while before I got this flute. But yeah, really at the bottom of it, that's all it does. So it just lets you play an extra flute. Ruth, so was trying to find my video that said smashing lips to your flute, but had a different name for the YouTube video. I don't know. I'm so sorry, guys. I have to be real with you. I have made so many videos that I don't actually remember everything I made. There was one time I actually did a highlights of a stream where I told a story and I had forgotten I had already told the story before. So obviously it didn't get a lot of views. People even commented underneath that I had already made the video. So I actually unlisted it. Yeah, I forgot. So yeah, there are things that I forgot that I said. There are videos, full videos that I forgot that I even made. I do know that I talk about not smashing your lips into the flute, but I honestly can't remember. I'm so sorry. The whole sad excuse of a whiteboard thing that popped up during this stream on Tuesday, I had forgotten that I even, like, that used to be a running joke, like more than 10 years ago. The first video that I ever said it in was apparently posted in 2012. 12 years ago. So yeah, they're like, but you guys remember like my old running jokes that I would put through my videos, just kind of like I would drop it in there as a nod to my like regular viewers. Would I ever do a virtual meetup? Copano is asking. That's a really good idea. I never thought of doing that, actually. I don't know why I never thought of doing that. Let me write it down. I'll write it down because I kind of want to have a little bit more time to think about a good way of doing it. And also, mayhaps it can be like top tier membership perk is to do a virtual online meetup, something like that, I think that would be cool. I don't know what you guys think. So where can I write it down? I have no idea where to write this down. You guys should see my little OneNote notebook about like Just Another Flutist ideas. It's just freaking all over the place. I have so many notes on ideas that I can for videos, and oh my goodness, there's just so much. Let me see. I need to put it in a place where I would remember to check. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a new section that's just called YouTube membership, and we'll just make a new page for ideas. So I think the top tier is what, JAF3 membership is, like perhaps like an online virtual meetup. Yeah, that might be really fun. Let's see. Team, this is your first time watching my live stream because it's 2 a.m. in Thailand. Holy cow. Be sure to get some good sleep, but thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. So Deanna, you are hanging out here rather than sorting your closet. Oh, I understand. I totally feel you on that. I could have been doing work this morning, but instead I had my French press latte while listening to Nazi Tarsha's really chill VOD of his live stream. Nazi Tarsha is the English voice of Al Haytham in Genshin Impact. And he just started streaming recently, and it's just such a chill vibe. He's just talking. He's just himself. He's so real. He will straight up say no to some people's requests for him to say certain things, or like I love his candor and just like how real he is, and it's definitely is becoming a bit of a comfort stream for me. So yeah, I did the same thing literally an hour ago. Yeah. So Pauline, you're sitting here with your piccolo. Got inspired by my review, realizing that the Rockstro hold works on this one too. I am surprised by that. I was seriously extremely surprised by the Rockstro grip on the piccolo. I have previously taught the concept that, because it's small, us small people don't need to do the Rockstro grip on the piccolo. But Lord on high, apparently my fingers are still small enough that I need to do the Rockstro grip on the freaking piccolo. I cannot believe it. It's definitely something that I think in the future, it's on my to-do list of things to practice. I need to get good at it, which will require me to probably have to split my time between the flute and the piccolo. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to do like, alternating days between flute and piccolo, or if I'm going to do like half hour on the flute, half hour on the piccolo. I'm going to guess that alternating days is going to be a better route to take. But yeah, I have been considering that heavily. the fact that there are some skills that I need to master on the piccolo now that I know how my piccolo works. But yeah, the Rockstro Grip is definitely one of those things that I like was so surprised to discover during the review. That's why I really like doing those reviews, because I'm always surprised by something that I find. Miguel, hello and welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? Yes, Ruth, exactly. It's only 500 videos to remember. Yeah, I am surprised by how many videos I've made. Okay, so you tend to smash your flute into your mouth. Any tips? It could really just be some habit and tenseness. Well, I will tell you what helps me, but it may not necessarily 100% help you, but at the same time, it should give you something to work with, something to start observing yourself with. For me, it did have a lot to do with the Rockstro Grip. The Rockstro Grip really helped because when you rotate the body of the flute outward a bit, it will make it easier for the tube to lie on your left hand, more so with the weight bearing downwards. So rather than having the side of your hand pushing against the flute horizontally, you're now laying the flute, the tube like downward here. So that means that the counter force to that is now more or less upward, which means then that since you're no longer pushing the flute horizontally, that means that your chin does not have to push the opposite way in order to keep the flute balanced. So that's what happened to me, was that I may have even made a video about pushing the flute this way. I wholeheartedly regret doing that. But you know, that's what worked for me back then. But the problem that arose from that was that since I am pushing this way, something needs to push the other way in order for the flute to stay still, and that something was my chin, which means that I was forced to smash the flute into my chin all the time. So for me, that's what really helped. Phantom, hello. Miguel, let's see, you passed your senior recital hearing on Monday. Hey, congratulations. That's fantastic. Oh, this is wonderful. Let's see, when you're pushing the flute before rock show, your index finger got numb and tingly. That may have been one of the reasons why, at least for me. Oops. I'm not using this microphone. That's perfect. For me, I ended up putting a little extension, a Cork extension on my C key. That's for the left-hand index finger. That made it so that I didn't have to keep squeezing the finger. I do notice that this is a small hand problem. I'm not really sure why most people with long fingers, for some reason, do not seem to complain too much about having to squeeze their finger. But I do notice that this is something that amongst small-handed folks, myself included, we tend to over squeeze our left index finger. And so for me, adding the Cork extension was perfect. So if you guys want to see the Cork extension, I think around now, the landscapers have left. So I think around now is a good time to start getting my flute out. But there you go. You can see my little Cork extension here. It's just a little piece of cork that has been attached using the same glue that they use to glue the felt bits, you know, in your flute, on your flute, etc. There are other cork bits on your flute as well. That is in the design of the mechanism. So the trill keys and your pinky key is cork. If it's a cheaper like student model flute, sometimes those cork bits are replaced by pieces of plastic. And this is just because plastic doesn't wear down. So, you know, the thought is for it to essentially not have to be replaced all the time. But over time, these cork pieces will wear down, and they do have to be replaced. But since that glue is already in the workshop, like the various technicians that have helped me with this C extension have never charged me, because like it's just so easy and it's super cheap. So yeah, that's something that you can think about, if you're still having issues, even on the Rockstro Grip. So, all right. Good night, team. Thank you so much for joining. Much appreciate your presence here. It's wonderful. Yeah. So, you can give the Rockstro a try, Ruth, and just kind of, is it Ruth who said? Yeah. So the smashing into the mouth thing. Yeah. Had to mark your head joint with a Sharpie to keep things in line, Deanna. So a common trick, if you have not heard it yet, is to use a little dab of nail polish, because the nail polish can be removed very easily. And I actually used to do this on my Mateki. My teacher would line it up for me, and then she actually was the one who put like on the back of the flute, so when you're performing no one can see it, just a tiny little dot on one side, and then in line with it a tiny dot on the other side on the neck. So one on the head joint, one on the neck. And yeah, that was how we did it when I was a kid. Yeah. Yeah, Vlad. So I actually used to regularly use the Woodify attachments. Well, first off, it was the Solexa finger port and thumb port on this flute. And that did help me for a really long time. Then I, later on with you guys, making it harder and harder for me to resist, because one of you guys actually sent me the twig, the Woodify twig, which is essentially like the thumb port version. So the right thumb aid. Fell in love with how that felt, and then eventually ordered a no, I believe I ordered the twig. Did I order the twig? I can't remember which one it was. No, I think it was someone sent me the left hand one. So it's the left hand whatchamacallit, the like left hand rest. And then I think I ordered the right hand rest for Woodify, and loved it for a really long time. I think I might actually put them back on someday, just because it really does allow me to kind of feel the resonance of the flute much better. But after really settling into the Rockstro Grip, I have also ended up going au naturel as well. Olympic Daisy, hello. You just listened to a fully orchestrated composition of the iPhone ringtone. 6.5 minutes long, greatest thing ever. That is hilarious. That is amazing. So Miguel, you started watching me when you were in middle school. Now you're having your senior recital. I find that to be absolutely, oh, that reminds me, there's an email I need to respond to. But I find that is just so wild. So insanely wild. I know that a lot of you guys were watching me 10, 12 years ago. And 10, 12 years is a really long time. If you were in middle school, then yeah, a lot of people have just straight up graduated now. And people talk about having grown up with my videos, and that is super wild for me to think about, because I actually still feel like I'm at the beginning of my journey. Like, I still feel like I'm just starting out. I don't feel particularly like old at the game, the game that is life. I still feel like I'm at the beginning. So it's wild to me to know that you guys grew up with my videos, and I'm really happy to be back making videos, and making videos, I think, in a way that is emotionally and mentally healthy for me. Like I'm really proud of the fact that I've really worked on myself so that I can return to making videos, and just the fact that you guys have waited for me and you guys are still here watching my videos even after all these years. Like I've received so many comments and so many messages from people saying, hey, welcome back. Like, you know, like we're still here. We're still watching your stuff. And that is wild to me. Like absolutely freaking wild. Find you guys a flute ringtone. Well, there's so many out there. I would say that one that I have been considering as sort of like a jingle, so you can use this as a ringtone, is the opening to the Midsummer Night's Dream excerpt. So the one that goes right there, I think is a cute little jingle. I would say, like, if you can find someone to, if you can just find like a little recording of someone doing, or you can make the recording yourself, that would be really cute. That would be a cute ringtone, in my opinion. So Oswaldo, you too, you started watching my videos in middle school. Now you're in your second year of college. That is so freaking wild. There's so many of you that have told me that you do that. Yeah, the Moldau is also a good one. Yeah. A flute ringtone recorded by me. Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to be real. I don't know if I'm interested in doing that. It just doesn't really spark joy. Yeah. So Olympic, would I consider doing a comparison of the Dijau and Trevor James Grenadilla flutes? I didn't know that Dijau makes Grenadilla. Okay, wait. Let me look. Really, Miguel? Those videos really turned you into the music lover you are today. You used to religiously watch my flute reviews and the college vlogs. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. It's called the DZW. Okay. There goes my Canadian showing through. Let me take a look. Wooden flutes. We're just going to look at the wooden flutes here. Yep, Dijau has one. Whoops. Maybe it's not quite. I know I definitely have tried I think the Yamaha and the Sankyo at flute festivals. Powell has a full Mopani wood one. Yep, there it is, the Dijau Grenadilla. Ooh, very pretty. Very, very pretty. I just saw there's a Theobald Bem wood one, no serial number, Cocos wood, open G sharp key. That's so interesting. There's like a super old one that they're selling. Yep, the Trevor James. I do see it. Oh, they're all so pretty. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for telling me. I am going to write that down under, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, so someone mentioned before new upper level Yamahas with the C sharp trill was something that they wanted me to try. I will write this down as well. Dijau versus Trevor James wood flute. I am going to link these for myself. I do appreciate all the ideas, guys, because, you know, I'm only one brain. So it's nice to know what you guys are interested in. Kind of takes, you know, some of that mental labor off of my shoulders. Let me look at this Yamaha and link this one for myself as well. Let's go to flutes, and then we're going to go to Yamahas. Let's see, Yamaha. So I think it's what someone said the 677 new one. 677 new. Okay. I got it. So I will link that as well. Yeah. So, you know, I am writing these down as I go, so I have something to go on. For now, I'm getting the Flute Center to send me surprise flutes so that you guys see my like absolute, like, you know, complete reaction to them. Yeah. So Midnight, you discovered me in 2015, shortly after starting the flute, through the I Teach My Mom How to Play the Flute videos at 14 years old. Oh my gosh. Oh, I really enjoyed how the I Teach My Mom videos, you know, how they progressed. I think I'm going to leave those videos now because we did do a part 7, but that was in the midst of, you know, kind of the, you know, me and John going through like the really hard part of his TSW. So I did notice that video really didn't do as well. But at the same time, it was, again, just a nice nod to those of you who have been around for a really long time. But yeah, I think I really realized that I shouldn't push to keep, you know, doing more and more sequels of that series. I think it has a nice end now because there's like a nice little like interview with my mom as well after that, which really did not do well. However, it seems to be, again, a very nice nod to the people who have been around here for a long time. But yeah, I feel like it has like a nice ending now. So I think I'm just going to leave it. And I don't think I'm going to return to that series. It, you know, sometimes you have to just let some series like have a graceful ending. And I think I've reached that with that series. Yeah. I know. I love my mom. She's so cute. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I particularly enjoyed making those videos because like she doesn't hide her reactions, you know? I think as a teacher, you will often, you'll often like be trying to read your students' reaction to whatever you're suggesting for them to try. And, you know, a lot of the things that we tell our students to do sound outlandish to, I would say, most people. And, but mom doesn't hide. So I love that you just get the like raw reaction from my mom that you like normally would not, show your teacher if you were the student. And I think to be able to capture that and like I think that part was extremely relatable to a lot of people. So yeah. Yeah, the Dijau, all the Dijau flutes are great bang for their buck. At my understanding is that Dijau himself is able to do very, very good quality control because he himself is Chinese. And so when he gets his, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe he gets his instruments manufactured in China. But because he is Chinese and speaks Chinese, there isn't that language barrier. And so he can do much better quality control And I think that is how he drives the price down. So, but he worked in Powell for a really long time. So he's just a great flute maker, you know? So you will probably notice that Powell and Dijau's, the way that they play are fairly related to each other. They're not the same, but you can tell that there's a close relation. Yeah. So anyway, I have talked for way too long, for like 40 minutes. So I really need to get practicing. I do notice I really need to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to put you guys on the break screen while I go to the bathroom. We'll be right back to do some good old practicing. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in a bit. Have fun. Hello, hello, I am back. Thank you all so much for holding while we did that. I am back to my lapel microphone if you guys notice that there's a little bit of an audio difference. So I don't think we need the desk cam anymore. Let's see. Oh, I love it. Anybody here playing Baroque flutes? I feel like, well, no, Shane was practicing Irish flute, which is pretty close to Baroque flute, I would say. Anyway, I've done that thing again where I've just completely forgotten to charge this again. So hopefully I remember to charge my music pedal over this weekend. I think what I'll do is I'll actually place it at my door, and then that way I'll remember to actually plug it in. Okay, there we go. So I should remember to actually deal with that. Oh, there we go. Let's get practicing. I know I will go the full hour, but just so you guys know, don't worry. It's not eating into my lunch hour. I had a student who had to cancel, so I have a little bit of extra time. So I'm not in a hurry today. Let's get started. Let's get our timer going, and then let's start with harmonics. Earplug goes in. All right, let's go. Okay, I am okay with that. High notes are settling. I'm starting to be able to really kind of feel where my lips need to be versus where the resonance needs to be. So getting used to that slowly but surely. I'm going to guess that whenever I do my my full review of my own flute, that is going to get even more stable. Like I will be able to like really manipulate exactly where it needs to be. And it'll actually also serve as a great reference just for myself. Wow, this piece of hair just really wants to do its own thing. Oh goodness. It doesn't want to go. Wow. You know, have you seen those like, the anime characters with like the one hair that sticks up? So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have that. There we go. It's somewhat tame now. Okay. Well, so that works out. Let's do della sonorite. So we are in tone exercises. We're doing interval jumps. Bass note is low G, jumping to every other note. We are slurring from every other note down to the G in groups of 2. And then we will be playing the entire thing slurred. So, that's great, Vlad. Yeah, I did do harmonic whistle tones on harmonics for a while. But I think for now this is okay. So, let's do this. All right, not too bad. It's just the high A. So I want to do the high A, and also I want to do a little bit of low notes too. get your hair to behave at all today. Tried to take a photo for an ID. It's just like spaghetti mess up there. Fly away. No. Oh, Deanna, thank you so much. Okay. All right. See you later, Midnight Moth. Thank you so much for joining as always. Smash the hair. Yeah, man. My hair sometimes just really wants to do its own thing, you know? And sometimes you just gotta let it be. One of my, I think, most hilarious interactions with John's grandmother. And I think this actually happened only a few months before she passed. But so this was around last year. It's about almost, yeah, I think it was actually a year ago that this happened. So something that I did notice about my hair, I just chose not to make a really big deal out of it, but I did notice my hair thinning and breaking a lot during John's, the really rough part of John's TSW. So because I just don't think I was really taking care of my hair as much as it needs. And also I was very stressed. So I just noticed a lot of my hair breaking. And it just like I had, so because of that, like I'm pretty certain that I lost a lot of hair actually in the beginning of John's like skin explosion, which was in 2021. And then so by the time we hit like, you know, end of 2022, beginning of 2023, you know, like life was getting a little bit better. And so I was starting to take care of myself a little bit better as well, including my hair. And so I noticed that I actually had a lot of new growth, like I had a lot of new hair growth. But because of that, just a ton, like it just happened all the time. It was just at such an awkward length. Like it was like, you know, just a few inches like of like baby hair growth. And so they just like, it, like, I'm not kidding. Like if I just kind of like swept my hair the way that I did right now, instead of being long enough that it can actually like flatten like this now, I just used to have like a plume like this. I don't know if you guys remember. If you guys look back at my streams from around 2022, 2023, you'll notice that like more often than not, I just have this like hair plume. I just never really made a big deal out of it because I was just like, it's just hair. It's going to grow out, whatever. But a year ago, you know, before, you know, we had stayed the weekend with John's parents, John's family. And then when we were leaving, we were hugging everyone goodbye, hugged his grandma goodbye. And she, you know, because no filter, you know? And so she's just like, are you going out like that? Like all sticking up. Oh, you gotta love grandma. Um, and it's just, yeah, I think every time now that I see my hair like sticking up like that, like it doesn't stick up like a plume anymore because those hairs are too long now. Like the weight of them actually brings them down now. But like every single time I see that one hair just kind of doing its own thing, um, I think of John's grandma, and always brings a yes, the ahoge, exactly. I have an ahoge. Like it's so funny. uh, but yeah, I used to have straight up a plume, just like right here. Like my hair would just go like this. And I was like, whatever. I can't help it. It is what it is, right? Chris, how are you doing? Um, okay, I better move on. I'm so chatty today. Okay, we are doing we're just slurring all the notes. So here we go. Did I conflate the two comments or did you conflate the two comments? I think you did, but oh man. It's kind of funny. I like on the regular would not think about my hair pluming like that in the front, but then I'd go to the bathroom and then wash my hands and look in the mirror, and then like that's when I would see the plume, and I'd be like, oh man, have I just been like looking like this to everyone? And apparently, according to grandma, yes. Oh well, it is what it is. Like, I was stressed, bro. Oh. Really? Someone just laughed at you for like how messy your hair was in the back? Uh, Sometimes it be like that, eh? Um, all right, laters, Deanna. Thank you so much for dropping by. Always appreciate your company. You know what, guys? That was good enough. We're just gonna leave it at that. Next time we're going to do we're on the next page. We're going to do page 19, number 22, and we will do the first articulation next time. We are Are we missing a page? No, guys, we were on page 19 the whole time, and I never changed the page number. What the heck is wrong with me? We've been on page 19 this whole time, guys. What have I been doing? Well, we're on page 20 now. Oh well, it be what it be. Okay, let's do a little bit of circular breathing. Okay. Okay, definitely getting better at doing it on my hand. Okay. I did one good one at the end there. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. We're getting there. Okay, let's move on to Marcel Moyse 480 exercises, and today we are doing number 224. What is in store for us today? So we are doing triads on G, and we are doing it in octaves. Oh, delightful. Okay, let's do this. not terrible. Hey, Sean, welcome. So considering that I have been working on like lip manipulation, words resonating, good support, these are actually considerably easier now with me sort of juggling all these, you know, new techniques or new to me techniques. So it's kind of fun actually. It's kind of fun to like hear it actually work, you know. So yeah, I am actually enjoying myself. I do want to feel out the high B a bit. Yeah, that B needs to be way higher, like way higher in my mouth. So I do have to feel like I'm kind of like opening my mouth a little bit for that. Which is good because that means that it forces me to not like pinch and squeeze. So yeah. But yeah, which part of your practicing are you on right now, Sean? All right, that, you know, that was pretty quick and painless today. So I am pretty darn pleased. We will move on to drill the Ibert third movement development again. Yeah, I just kind of felt like I needed an extra day. And then the plan is for next week to move on to the recapitulation to really like do all of my repetitions for the recapitulation. But we'll see. We will reevaluate at the end of today's practice session. So let me see where we're at for Monday, that is. So 357 is what we're gonna do. We'll put it here, 357. Save that. Okay, so yep, we are going to start from the last section of the Ibert, and we're just drilling. So the idea is to get in about 3 repetitions, and then if there are any spots that I need to do a little bit of detail work, the detail work, little tiny portions, I will do it an extra 3 times. So if I feel like it though, and I want to go up to 5, I will allow myself that, but 5 is my max number of repetitions per drill session, because for me, anything beyond the 5 times, all the notes and the melody and the fingerings will lose all their meaning whatsoever. It's kind of like saying the same word over and over and over again until it just feels weird in your mouth. I do not ever want to get to that point with this because it can have some negative effects. So, you know, that's why I give myself a cap of 3 to 5 times. So, all right, let's do this. We're going to start from the last section and then move our way up. And we're doing this so that I can trick my brain into thinking that we're doing something different every day, even though we're actually repeating the exact same things every day. Doing it in a different order can just help my brain like be a little bit more receptive to learning, you know, to not get stuck in a rut. So, okay, let's do this. By the way, I do the beginning of the next section just so that I get the feel of doing the transition, in case you're wondering why I do that. Okay, that was a pretty good run. I'm a little better at thinking of things in slow-mo, playing the fast portions with a slow attitude. Definitely better at that today than yesterday, so count that as a win. Yeah, I stopped reaching with my left hand fingers, and that went so much better. I have to remember to do the same thing in this the previous section here. So we're going to go back one section, drill 3 times, reevaluate. Okay, so I just discovered something fairly interesting there. This was a trick that was taught to me when I was a child, but I can see what the exact use case is for it is useful for right now. So I was taught to avoid resetting my embouchure when you take a breath. And what I've noticed is that in general, that's not really something I have to worry about all of the time. However, for resistant or high notes like this, very, very useful. So what you do is you try to keep your same embouchure the way that it is currently as you are blowing into the flute. So try and keep the same shape with your muscles. Don't like relax it down and just suck air through that embouchure. And that did make that high A after the high B flat a lot more like predictable and like it hit right on. So I think the only thing I really need to fix is where I'm tonguing. So I have to make sure that I'm tonguing far enough back when I do that. But that was a very interesting thing. Can the nose help here? I need to take a big enough breath. I don't think that, like, at least in this section here, I don't think a nose breath is fast enough. So sometimes when you have more time, the nose breath is fantastic, but nose breathing is a lot slower. So. Okay, so now that I've tried it, what is interesting is that the part of my embouchure that I need to keep the same as I suck air in is more so the lower lip than it is the top lip. Also, thank you. Cheers, Victor. Yeah, I think that's that seemed to work really well. So I just need to keep my lower lip out there. Still having a little bit of some mental hangups on that first little blip in this section. So I just have to think slow attitude and don't reach my fingers. So still getting used to that. Okay, I do need to drill those two beginning blips 3 more times. Because yeah, right now it's just a little bit difficult to convince myself to not try really hard. So here we go. Okay, so I think that part right there, I need to keep drilling just those two things while I'm doing the recap. So I'm just gonna put it here. Plus Q56. I'm just putting that in there for now. I will update that once we are done drilling the development here. Okay, so up one section. All right, lip manipulation got a little bit slow towards the end, so hence the cracking, but overall not bad. I think I will swap though. Yeah, that's feeling really good. I think the only part that I need to keep drilling is the part at Q56. That's the only part. Everything else is feeling really good. Hey Rudolph, welcome to the stream. You got a new flute recently, plan on playing again. Fantastic. Welcome back to the flute. Will I be performing the Ibert soon? No. So this is a personal project of mine. This was just a piece that evaded me when I was in school, and I decided to conquer it a few years back. So I am using it more so as a means to an end. And the end is to make myself a better flute player. So this has challenged me in my technique, my posture, my breathing, expression, getting through mental hoops to do with what is traditional versus what is my interpretation, trying to find a good balance between the two, that type of thing. So for right now, there are no plans to perform this. It's just a personal thing for me. But yeah, I hope you're doing well and enjoy the flute. Okay, let's do this one more time. Hey Flo, welcome back. Well, Rudolph, I mean, I'm here and I can see the chat. So, and I do love chatting with you guys in between, drilling and, playing. You guys do help me get myself out of my own head. I do notice that when I practice without you guys, I really get in my own head. I don't get as much done. I get really wrapped up in, truthfully, a lot of very negative thoughts. So I appreciate when you guys kind of like pop in the chat, ask a question, just tell me any music news that you guys have. Like, it's nice. I really like it. So anyway, for next time, we will be drilling the recap plus the beginning of Q56. So that is what we're doing for next time. So now we have a whole almost 16 minutes to just play around with fun Genshin music. So this is my fun time. I always make sure that I have at least a few minutes of fun time at the end of every practice session. This just makes me really feel like I am putting into practice the things that I learned into things that I like just want to play for fun. And it's awesome. Kind of makes me feel like it gives me a little bit more purpose. So Flo, you just came home from your flute lesson. Glad you don't need to play anymore today. Pretty exhausting to work on sound breathing support. Oh, I feel you on that. I totally feel you on that. That has been me for the last, I want to say, 1.5 to 2 years, something like that. Yeah, it can be very, very exhausting. So, well, I'll give you a little tip that was shared with us by our moderator, one of our moderators here, that is not here today, but Majimon Kichi was a vocal major in his music school days, and he shared with me that one way that singers kind of like make themselves have good breath support by default is that so first just make sure that your butt's nice and tucked in, to make sure that you don't have any like anterior pelvic tilt or anything like that. And then you just do the tiniest squat, like very tiny, very, very tiny. And you'll notice that it immediately engages those muscles for you. So that is a great way to just make sure you are supporting without thinking about it. It is a fantastic trick. So I use it all the time. You guys just can't really see me doing it because you guys are only seeing my top half. But yeah, that is something that I'm doing. Oh no, Rudolph, you're confined to a wheelchair last month due to a spinal cord problem. I'm so sorry to hear that. Wishing you speedy recovery. Still trying to be able to totally sit up on your own. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Take it easy, rest and recover. I say this in all of my streams, but there's no music without the musician. So focus on yourself and take care of yourself. Do what your body needs. Yeah, it's really important. You're welcome, Flo. Okay, so let's, I want to do a little bit more of this since we have time. Let's start from the beginning. We'll take it section by section because I didn't charge my Bluetooth pedal. Okay. we're going to go back a bit because I got really mixed up with where I'm supposed to resonate the note versus where my lip is supposed to be. There it is. I'm going to go back a bit. Just had to drill that a few times. But okay, let's finish this off. Oh, there's a lot left to improve. I do thank you for thinking that it's finished though. There is definitely a lot left to improve. I want to get those high notes even more open. I want to make sure the low notes are reliable. So yeah. So yeah, Rudolph, those are my specs of my flute. It's really, I love it. Rudolph, thank you so much for the kind words. You're so, so kind. Thank you. Yep. So you too, Ruth, trying to reprogram the stress. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, deconstructing it, replacing it with counteracting more positive, building up thoughts and support. Yeah, exactly. Like I find that when I practice by myself, it's just like I just immediately fall into the negative self-talk, like immediately. Hi Michael, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Glad I caught you. How are you? How is volunteering? Okay. I think we should leave the Rapid as Wildfires today. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, not bad. We'll end off with some La Vagalette. Need to place that note correctly. Okay, not bad. There's some placement of notes that I think I could do better. And I also want to entertain the thought of starting this piece with French style tonguing. Because it is sung in French. So I think it'd be a very interesting nod. I'm going to try it. My mind was not there. Okay, I'm drawing my lip too far back for that interval change. I can see that time is up, so I'm going to start cleaning up. Excellent. We're making some really good progress. Like, I'm very happy with where I'm going. My flute playing is becoming increasingly more predictable. Like, if I want a certain sound, I know exactly what I need to do. And that feeling is very secure, really awesome. I really like it. So let's move back to this screen. Jody, hello. Yeah, La Vagalette is definitely one of my favorites now too. There's just something, I agree, very sweet, very romantic. There's a lot of like, I've received a lot of like catharsis from playing it. There's like a certain sort of like almost like overflowing kind of feeling of like outpouring of emotions that I feel that this particular song just naturally is just, you know, it naturally happens. And I love that. That is a good idea to do a command for my piccolo. I will keep that in mind, Michael. Thank you. Samuel, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm so sorry I'm ending, but I am still cleaning up. So if you have any questions, or if you have any like music related questions, or if you have any music related news that you'd like to share that we can help celebrate you, we would love to hear. I'm still here to talk a little bit as I clean up. So, you know, thanks, Victor. Appreciate it. Volunteering was fun, Michael. That's great. Sean, it looks like you wanted to say something. If you, I could see that you started a little message. So if you have a question, feel free to put it in the chat. Do I have a favorite Ibert recording? I have only listened to, I think, 3 different recordings of the Ibert. I've listened to Denis Boryakov, I think James Galway, and there was a lady too, I forget her name, but right now, if I'm being completely honest, I don't have a favorite. They were all lovely interpretations. But if I'm being completely honest, I don't think I have a favorite. I think I myself am still figuring out some of the expression in the Ibert, because the Ibert is so technical that it is taking a long time to get to the point where I feel like I have full technical control over it. And I feel like my brain can't let go and express fully until I have full technical control. So like I myself am still like exploring like how I want to be expressive through the Ibert. And so I think that might be contributing to my general feeling of like, you know, kind of, I don't know, you know, when it comes to different interpretations of the Ibert. Yeah. Paula Robinson also has a wonderful recording. Julius Baker as well. That's fantastic. Great, great, great. I would expect nothing less of the greats. Yeah, so like, you'll notice that everyone who plays the Ibert, at least the 3 recordings that I listen to, they are wildly different from each other. Wildly different from each other. Dennis Borikov's version is wildly different from James Galloway's. James Galloway's is wildly different from that other lady I was listening to. Yeah, I can't remember her name. I think Just Another Flute Guy, or also known as Nicholas Flute over on Twitch. I think he was the one who recommended that recording for me to listen to. But yeah, it was, yeah, it's really, really wild how different these recordings can be from each other. Yeah, right? They're wildly different. So I would imagine that Paula Robinson's and Julius Baker's recordings are probably also wildly different from each other. So, I'm definitely still at the point where I'm just trying to technically get good at it. And then I think once I'm good at it, then I can really start to make some like artistic, expressive decisions. At least that's how I work. I understand that not everyone works the same way as me, and that's totally fair. But for me, I feel like I personally can't really let go until I know that I have full technical control over what I'm doing. Like, I can't let go and just be expressive because I get too hung up thinking about the technical aspect of it. And I don't really like express myself properly. I actually do think that that's one of the reasons why I personally don't feel that the Genshin Rapid as Wildfires is finished for me, because I'm still thinking about the technical aspects of it, and I'm not just like letting go and going crazy with it the way that I want to. So even though it might sound amazing to you guys, to me, I know that I can do more with it expression wise, but right now I'm still at the phase of getting used to the technical aspects of it. So yeah, exactly. I also really love how everyone can have such widely different interpretations of the same music. No, Rudolph, you're not bothering me at all. I welcome this type of conversation. That's why I'm streaming, is so I can do this. If I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't be able to have these wonderful conversations with you guys. So does anyone know of any NFA conventions happening in Chicago this summer? Or are you just talking about just flute festivals? Where is NFA being held this year? NFA is the National Flute Association. NFA is this year, looks like it's in San Antonio, Texas. Yeah. So, yeah, don't know. Yeah, I think one year and the NFA was held in Chicago, but I think that was several years back now. Yeah. All right. I think I will take my leave and go grab some lunch. I hope you guys enjoy the edited version of the review stream that I did on Tuesday. That is already out for channel members. You have your 24-hour early access to the video. And then tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, the video will go out public to everyone. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I condensed our 3-hour stream down to less than 25 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I really enjoyed editing it, actually. I think I'm right now also healing my relationship with editing video, because I realized that it became a chore after a while, because I felt like I had to do it as upbeat as other people, but I realized that you guys are not here for that. You guys are here just for me. So like I don't have to force any edits. I'm only going to edit things the way that I feel that it naturally, like whatever direction the footage I feel naturally wants to go in, then I will edit it like that, but I will not do anything more than that. And honestly, I feel that the result is much better now because of that. And also I get it done faster. So win-win. So thanks guys. You guys are wonderful. So yeah, I will take my leave. Thank you so much for joining me today and for chatting with me for so long. It's really appreciated on this end. Thank you all for being so kind and lovely, not only to me, but also to each other. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. Take care of yourselves because there's no music without the musician. I will see you guys on Monday at 11 a.m. The schedule will go out soon. All right. Laters, guys. Bye-bye.